So guys, we started having the dev blogs and everything, the leaks, everything started to happen this week. And by the way, you might see the teaser even this week, which is kind of funny, but we might see it. Probably, most likely, next week, but we might see it. So things are gonna move very quickly after this. But yesterday we had one of the major leaks that I talked about it, right? So one of the things that they talk about there is how the Eurofighter is going to be delayed again. Not again. I mean, again, it's complicated. It was never delayed. Okay, guys, this is the first thing that we need to talk about. The Eurofighter is going to come when it needs to come. And guiding, if it's pushing up or back or whatever, it's not really delayed, right? It's just that they don't feel it's gonna be good to actually add it right now. So it's a little bit of a different way of thinking, okay? But a lot of people will say that it's delayed and everything, but it's not really, right? But the leak was saying that the Eurofighter is going to be pushed back to 2025, which was something that I wasn't really... I mean, I had an idea about it, but it wasn't really an expectation. I really thought that we were going to see it at the end of the year, in the last patch of the year. And we might still see it. They might change the idea. I still believe in these leaks because they are coming from a reliable source. We don't have 100% confirmation, but we never have, even with dev blogs, right? Sometimes dev blogs are in a way, and when the aircraft comes or the vehicle in general comes, it's a completely different thing with different like missiles or different bombs or different ammunitions and stuff, right? So at the end of the day, not even the dev blogs can save themselves. You know, we need to wait and see how it's implemented in the game to actually have 100% sure of the thing. But the thing is, we cannot wait until the Eurofighter comes to actually talk about the Eurofighter, right? So the idea here is it really needed? I mean, is it a good idea or a bad idea to push back to 2025? Is it needed right now? That's the idea of the video, guys. And the Eurofighter is needed, in my opinion, because the Germans, especially the Germans, of course, it will come to the Italians as well, which will help their tech tree. It will come for the British as well. But remember, guys, these two tech trees, they do have the Gripens, but the Germans, they do not have anything. They are basically out of everything. You know, they don't have anything that is top tier, technically, right? They do have the MiG-29G, which is an amazing aircraft. I love that thing because it has R-73s and it's at 13.0. It's the BR that I think all the other MiG-29s should be, and having the missiles that the MiG-29s have, you know, it's just... I really enjoyed that aircraft. And the ICE, I mean, it is still an F4. It's cool that it has an F-18 Raider in the 120, but at the end of the day, it's just an F4, so it suffers a bit, right? So, I mean, it really is kind of needed on that tech tree, right? But the thing is, there is one particular motive that I think Gaijin might think about when actually, you know, thinking on when the Eurofighter should come or not, that it just makes sense that it's going to be pushed back to 2025. And that's the F-18. The F-18 is the point that it just changes everything. Because the Hornet, guys, is an aircraft that, even coming from these leaks, they are saying that the Hornet will be the aircraft that will come for the Germans right now, right? As a Swiss vehicle. And guess what? They do use a C variant, which uses A120s and modern missiles in general, modern radars and everything with that, right? So it's a stopgap, yes. But just like the Gripen is for the Italians and the British, right? So what I think they're gonna do here is that they're gonna try to introduce a 4.5 generation patch, maybe, right? So it will be a very large patch that introduces basically all the 4.5 generations that every single nation can have. So you will see better versions of like an American aircraft. You will see the Eurofighters. You will see MiG-35s, something like that coming, etc., etc. Each country will have its own 4.5 generation, and that's where I think the Eurofighter will come. But until then, if they do add the F-18C for the Germans as a Swiss vehicle, it will be good enough. it will be good enough. It is an amazing aircraft. It doesn't have a lot of top speed, you know, but the acceleration is pretty good. The engines are really amazing. The turning capability is pretty amazing. The missiles are pretty good. The radar is pretty good. So the aircraft is just very much a 4th generation top tier meta 13.7 aircraft that it needs to be added, right? And of course, I'm not saying that it should be added without the American counterpart, without the Finnish counterpart in the Swedish tech tree, and even a British one if they want to add a Canadian F-18 or something like that, or Australian maybe. But the thing is, the Germans will be the ones that they get the most out of this addition. And I honestly think that, of course, I always need to say this, if the Eurofighter is indeed pushed back to the future, to 2025, it probably is a confirmation that the F-18, I mean, it's already in the leak, but if that is the case, the F-18 is indeed coming, because I really doubt that we will see nothing being added to the Germans. The Germans really need a top-tier jet. But the thing is, they don't have anything that can be added apart from the Eurofighter as a German aircraft. So the F-18 kind of fills that gap very successfully, right? It's perfect to be added there. So it's kind of a hand-in-hand confirmation. So if the leaks are right, the Eurofighter being delayed, or not delayed, but pushed back to 2025, literally means for me that the F-18 is indeed coming very soon. And honestly, I would even try to predict, I'm gonna probably do a prediction video very soon, but I think the F-18 might come this patch. I really do. If it doesn't come, I would be really, really surprised. Like, really surprised, because it's an aircraft that just have its place in the German tech tree right now in the way that they are doing things, and it would be the perfect stopgap. That would be a top tier meta aircraft that it's like a British stopgap, right? It's the Gripen. Oh, okay, it's not a British aircraft, but at the same time it's an amazing aircraft that everybody loves, right? It's the same with the F-18. It's a stopgap, but at the same time it's the perfect stopgap because it is an amazing aircraft. So yeah, guys, if you are sad that this leak might be true and the Eurofighter is coming with pushback introduction to 2025, don't be so sad. Because although, yes, I understand that a lot of people are not playing with the German tech tree because they do not have a top tier right now, if the F-18 is there, it will be very much worth it because it is going to be a very good aircraft. And of course, you would still get it from other nations, but at the end of the day, the Germans, as I said, would be the one that benefits the most out of this addition. Okay, guys, so let me know in the comments what do you think about the Eurofighter being pushed back to 2025. First of all, do you think it's true? Do you think it makes sense? Do you think the F-18 being added makes sense or not? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, click the like button, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. See you.